I'm Tracy, and I'm the owner and artist at the Rhapsody Art Barn in Salem, Oregon. And I'm here updating a piece of oak furniture. It's a drop leaf antique table, and I'm upgrading it today using Dixie Belle's coffee bean as a stain wash over the existing finish. We can get you in the frame. So all you need for this is your coffee bean Dixie Belle paint. A mister bottle is preferable. Any old chip brush will do. I'm using the premium chip brush from Dixie Belle. And your piece of furniture you want to update. So I'm simply staining the top, and you can see the difference between what I've already done here and what needs to be done. And I just want to show you how easy it is to do this. Okay, so I squirted out of my first in, first out bottle some of the coffee bean. I put it right into a styrofoam container, and I'm just gonna put a couple mists of water, which is actually quite a lot of water. You want it to be pretty juicy. You don't want it to be the consistency of paint. You want it to be really easy to move. And do not be afraid of putting water directly on the table as well. So if it starts looking too dried out, or if you're not working fast enough to get it spread out and it's starting to dry, feel free to mist your furniture to move the paint along. You are just wanting to get a real thin layer. You're not really wanting to paint the top. You're wanting to stain the top with the paint, like a wash. So I'm gonna do it in little strips, kind of overlapping with what I've done, but not too much, because I don't want to darken that color too much. I'd rather do more wiping back. So make sure you have paper towels handy. I'm going to put my paint down and grab my paper towels. You're going to be using a lot of paper towels for this, or a rag. Just make sure it's lint free, whatever you use. I'm just going right over what I've already done, and I can see it kind of darkened right there. That line of where I'd already done, so I'm just going to use some water to push out the paint and even it up so that it matches the whole piece. Okay, I'm wiping all that paint back, but it's not for naught. It will end up being the most beautiful color, and it will take that existing finish to the next level of gorgeous. So don't be afraid of the water. You can always add more paint. You do want it pretty consistent throughout. And you can wipe back as much as you want or as little. I'm gonna blend this line, because then I'm gonna start my next process of painting. So grab your paint and move on to the next level, the next section. There are some scratches in this finish. I did lightly sand before I started, just because the finish itself was not consistent, and I wanted a consistent finish with the paint. But you're literally going over your finish. I'm going to use my mister bottle and spread this out. spread it out. But you want it to darken the piece. I'm going to go all the way across the top, pushing that extra paint to the end and staining and blending as I go. Nice, consistent, long, smooth strokes. Since this is a paint, we can go ahead and do a top coat when it's dry. You can wax it. You can use a Dixie Belle top coat in any sheen. And it'll just give you that really updated, beautiful look. Add some more paint. I'm really blending it. It's really liquidy now. And I'm gonna just keep going back and forth over this until I'm all done. Then it's your choice. You can either go back in with light color and do the legs, or a black and do the legs. But a contrast is my favorite. Such a beautiful, updated look on this oak. You can do this with any color. Does not have to be this color. This is Dixie Belle's Coffee Bean, which is the darkest brown. But you could do it with white, give it a pickling look. There are other products that pickle the wood as well, but this is water-based paint, clearly, and it is an easy application. Really, really simple to make a beautiful look. And it's a nice, safe one for indoors. You're not using any harsh chemicals, no smell, all natural based paint. I need to get some more rags. These are quite messy. And I'm just gonna take this all the way across. Now look, I'm not using any back and forth motion. Side to side, I'm going all in the same direction, making sure to wipe back about the same consistency. I've got some overlap here where the two lines met, so I'm going to just add a little bit of water, wipe that back. I have a little groove in here. I'm going to take some of that paint out of that, making sure that it all looks about the same. And if it's too dark, before it dries, go back in and change it. Add paint if it's too light, and take away with water if it's too dark. And that's as easy as that is. Now I'm going to wait for this to dry, which will not take long, because this piece just has the original wood and finish, and now a thin coat of washed paint for stain. And so it should dry very quickly. And I can go right back in. Look how beautiful that is. Go right back in about half an hour and top coat it if I want to. So that's my video today on how to use Dixie Belle's Coffee Bean to make a stain. So check out my other videos. I'm live on Facebook every Sunday afternoon at 3, and I love to share my tips and tricks on restyling furniture. Thanks guys, have a great day.